Social and communication skills. A regular child at this stage should be able to babble in different tones, uses monosyllabic language, has strong attachment to mother and close family member, have stranger anxiety, loves copying funny sounds, uses body languages to communicate. If a child has or shows difficulties in doing the above, the intervener may do the following. Tap the facial muscles to facilitate speech.
Do the facial muscles, do it in circular movements. Daddy, Daddy.
Assist the child to blow straws in water to create bubbles.
So you put the child in a sitting position. Make sure they are comfortable in a well positioned, and then make sure the child is focusing on what you're doing on the activity. Jeffrey. Baba. You can see the child is concentrating. Baba, Geoffrey. Baba. The child can't blow, but I'm just training him to concentrate on the activity.
Encourage parents and family members to have time with the child. Expose the child to family social gathering.
We are trying to make Geoffrey, orientate Geoffrey to other family members, to family and friends. Yay! Geoffrey, hi! Hi!
Perceptual skills. A typical child should be able to look around when called, sense when they are alone, aware of the people around and within. If a child has or shows difficulties in doing the above, the intervener may do the following. Introduce shakers to stimulate hearing and attention ability.
So we'll use shakers or toys that produce sounds so that we can see if Geoffrey can attend to the sounds. So, you can see. Yay, Baba! Yay! He's even stretching out his hands, meaning maybe he wants to grasp. It's a toy of interest, so I think he's even looking at me, meaning he's hearing my voice.
Always involve the child in the family activities to create awareness of the people around. ADLS. The regular child should be able to chew and swallow mashed food, pick objects and put it in the mouth, express when they have soiled the nappies. If a child has or shows difficulties in doing the above, the intervener may do the following. Train the child to chew and swallow by putting small amount of food in child's mouth and stroking the facial and neck muscles. OMEP, orientation. A regular child is able to recognize sound of their names, responds when called, develop close attachment to mother and other close family members and caregivers, afraid of new faces. If a child has or shows difficulties in doing the above, the intervener may do the following. Call the name of the child while tapping the same child in order to enable the child to relate her or himself to the name.
So here we are going to try and see if Geoffrey knows his name. So I'll try, what I'll do is I'll tell the mother to make Geoffrey not look at me so that we can know if Geoffrey can recognize his name. So, Geoffrey! Geoffrey! Yes! Geoffrey! Geoffrey! Yeah, he's looking at me. He can recognize his name. And he's giving me a positive response. Geoffrey! Hi, Baba! Hi! Geoffrey! 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 Hello! Hello!
Involve the child in family social gathering activities such as celebrations. Mobility. Stands with help, crawls, completely rolls. If a child has or shows difficulties in doing the above, the intervener may do the following. Rolling over exercises using the rollers and therapy ball.
So to train in rolling, you place the baby on the therapy ball, face up, and then you turn. You start with the leg. You turn the leg this way, back, that way, back. You can see it's even helping me to turn. Back. Baba. Yeah, he's turning himself. That way, back.
Crawling exercises such as on fours and joint manipulations around the knee and the ankle.
These are the joint manipulations for this other limb. And then for the ankle, you can do this. Then up, down. So for crawling, you have to position the child on fours. So you make sure you first start by kneel standing. Place the child in kneel standing position. That is the kneel standing position. And then make sure that the hands are spread out. And then you support the child's arms when you place them like that. You make sure you're supporting the child because he doesn't know how to support himself yet in this position. So you make sure he's comfortable and you make sure he's holding his head up so that he's also exercising his neck muscles plus the trunk muscles in this position.
Use a standing aid to train standing.
Have to make sure it's well secured so that the baby doesn't fall when you're putting him in upright position. So you gently. So the baby is well positioned on the standing aid. The feet are well positioned. He's also secured here, which means that the trunk is also being stabilized here. The baby doesn't get tired easily when he's standing here. And also the straps are for making the child not to fall. Sorry, Baba.
Play. Moves play items at different angles, mix up objects, bangs blocks together, looks for objects, when they fall down, uses fingers to hold objects.
So I'm going to train Deborah on hand functions, that is reaching, grasping, and grasping of toys. So I'm going to use, first of all, you position the child in a position whereby you can be able to interact with the child well. So first, to draw attention to the toys, I'll use the shakers.
If a child has or shows difficulties in doing the above, the intervener may do the following. Train the child in hand patterns such as grasp, release, and reach.
You can use sound-producing toys, make the child hold sound-producing toys for them to concentrate or to capture their attention. So in this way, you're putting the handle of the shaker inside the child's palm and supporting it in so that the child grasps it.
It is important to note that communication runs through every activity. This calls for both the child and the intervener to be actively engaged during activities.